Hello. So this is a demo using my own dog, but I am going to pretend that this is a client's dog and just explain the steps. So as I enter the home or the area where I'm going to work on the dog, I'm going to greet the client. I will greet the dog and let the dog know that I'm there to help and that all will be well in the end. And then I ask, can I wash my hands before the session begins? Then we take a seat and I explain about the process, beginning with going through the client questionnaire. And the animal that we're going to work on today is named Jett. He does not have a microchip. He's 7 years old. He's a standard poodle Tibetan Terrier mix, a male neutered, owned by myself, and my address is complete. My email address is complete on the sheet, as well as my phone number. My veterinarian is William Carlson. His number is included, referred by myself. And feeding schedule for Jett is that he is fed at 6 a.m. and 5 p.m. He eats a prepared raw diet. He, for supplements, has fish oil with minerals. The turnout temperament is he is extroverted, but he's also a poodle, so he's very used to being handled, used to being groomed, and does not bite. It doesn't matter what you do to this guy, he's not going to bite. And his last vaccinations were as a puppy. Last deworming, a fecal was done 6 months ago. That was negative. Has he ever suffered from any organ problems? No. Surgery, he was neutered at 1 year old. Any injuries? None. Allergies? None. Although he will have seasonal itchy skin, which is seasonal, and I'm assuming that it is actually an allergy. He has been receiving photonic therapy since March for his itchy skin, and he is much improved, although there's still a little work to be done. So we are continuing torching weekly with him. And he does have a scar from being neutered and no current wounds being reported by the owner. He is not currently taking any prescribed medication or any herbal remedies of any sort. The notes say that the owner is concerned that since the 4th of July here in the U.S., there's lots of fireworks on the day of, the night of, but in my neighborhood, even though it's illegal, we've had fireworks for probably 2 or 3 weeks before the 4th of July, and we're still having occasional fireworks at night. And even after the main fireworks are over, Jett has now shown some anxiety during the night when we go to bed. He sleeps in my room with me, usually on the bed or on a dog bed on the floor. So it's once I do my assessment with him and check to make sure that he doesn't have any other issues, I have chosen to work with the anxiety and worry points from Dr. McLaren's people booklets, and I have investigated what those points would be for a dog. And so we're going to do standard points with him, which I explain to the owner what photonic therapy is. I show the owner the torch. So this is the tool that we're going to use, and I can familiarize my dog with that in a minute. I like to use the photonic therapy brochure because it gives a visual to the client, something they can actually hold in their hand and look at to explain the process. It is acupuncture without needles, and it helps take away inflammation and pain. It increases circulation. It promotes healing, etc., etc. I show the client for the horses, but also that many conditions can be addressed using photonic therapy, and that it is a tried and tested technique that is very effective and does no harm. So I explain that to the owner. I ask them if they have any questions, and those will be answered, whatever concerns they may have. And then I explain to them how the session will go, that the dog will be on a leash, that he needs to remain standing, and that I will start out by doing the standard points. There are 12 of those. First of all, I will start out by assessing the dog, taking a look at his body from nose to tail just to see if there are any wounds, possible hot spots due to allergies, any problems along those lines that need to be addressed. Then I will assess him along the associated effect points, feeling to see if there are any tender areas in those areas that need to be addressed. Then he will get torched for the 12 standard points. And if I locate any sore areas or wounds, etc., those will be torched next, followed by the specific points for anxiety, unless I find something else out that I didn't expect. So that's that for that. If the client has questions, again, I will address those. I will explain in detail, like I just said, exactly how the session will go, so the owner knows what is expected of them and what they're going to see as I work on their dog.